There's a high cost to constant compliance. If you've ever tried to be the good guy, you know this moment of quiet dread. She asks you to do something you really don't want to do. You swallow your truth, put on a forced smile, and say, "Yes, I'm Oliver. I'm breaking the boundary paradox. Why saying no makes you more attractive?" Maybe it's going to an event you have no energy for. Maybe she makes a last minute change to your plans. Maybe she makes a sarcastic comment that stings. And in your gut, you feel a clear, firm no, but you don't say it. Instead, a wave of fear washes over you. You think, if I say no, she'll get angry. She'll think I don't love her. She might leave me. This moment of quiet self-betrayal feels like you're keeping the peace. But what you're actually doing is slowly poisoning the relationship with your own resentment and paradoxically, destroying her respect and attraction for you. You believe that being agreeable and always saying yes makes you a good, desirable partner. But what if I told you that a man who cannot say no cannot be trusted? When you lack boundaries, you become a mirror, not a man. A woman subconsciously tests your edges because she needs to know that you are strong enough to protect her from the external world and sometimes even from her own emotional chaos. If she can push you over with a single request or a mood swing, she realizes she cannot lean on you. By saying no, you define the perimeter of your soul. You demonstrate that your values, your time, and your peace are not for sale. This creates a healthy friction, a polarization, that is the very heartbeat of sexual attraction. She may act frustrated in the moment, but deep down, she breathes a sigh of relief, knowing she is with a man who has the integrity to stand his ground. This is how you stop being her servant and start being her rock. Remember, boundaries are not walls built to keep her out. They are the gates that protect the integrity of the man she fell in love with. Every time you hold your ground with kindness and firmness, you invite her into a relationship with the real you, not a hollow version of yourself. True intimacy is only possible between two people who exist as separate, whole individuals. Stop trying to buy her approval with your silence. Start earning her respect with your truth. The biggest mistake men make is thinking that women want a man who agrees with everything. What a woman craves is a man who is a rock, not a leaf in the wind. And a man without boundaries is a leaf. He has no core, no anchor in his own reality. This is deeply unsettling to the feminine psyche, for three main reasons. 1. A man without boundaries is inauthentic. When you always say yes to please her, you are wearing a mask. You are not showing her the real you. A woman's intuition is a powerful thing. She can sense when your words and your energy are not aligned. She knows on a subconscious level that she is not dealing with the real person. This makes it impossible for her to truly trust you because she never knows what you really think or feel. 2. A man without boundaries is unreliable. This sounds like a paradox, but it's true. If your yes is not a real intentional yes, but just a way to avoid conflict, then your word means nothing. If you say yes to plans you don't want to be at, you will show up with resentful, low energy. If you say yes to a commitment you can't handle, you will likely fail at it. A woman cannot build a future with a man whose promises are dictated by his fear of disapproval, not by his genuine conviction. 3. A man without boundaries is a ticking time bomb of resentment. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you put a small drop of poison into your own soul. This poison is resentment, and it accumulates. Eventually, that resentment will either leak out as passive aggression, sarcasm, the silent treatment, petty acts of sabotage, or it will explode in a disproportionate burst of rage over something completely trivial. This makes you emotionally unpredictable and therefore unsafe. Before we learn how to set boundaries, we must understand the critical difference between a boundary and an ultimatum. An ultimatum is an attempt to control her behavior, born from fear. If you ever talk to that guy again, I'm leaving you. It is a threat. A boundary is a statement about your reality and what you will do to protect your own integrity, born from self-respect. I feel disrespected when you talk to that guy that way. I will not be in a relationship where I don't feel respected. An ultimatum says, you must change. A boundary says, "This is who I am." So, how do you set boundaries like a confident, grounded man? Step 1. Use the calm, clear, and concise formula. A boundary should not be a dramatic, emotional speech. It should be a simple, clear statement of your reality. The action plan. State your boundary calmly, without anger or apology. State what you will or will not do, not what she must do. Scenario. She wants to have a serious, heavy conversation late at night when you're exhausted. The nice guy response, sighs, agrees, then resents her for it. The boundary response, calmly. I can see this is really important to you, and I want to give it my full attention. But I'm exhausted right now, and I can't do that. Let's talk about this first thing in the morning when I'm fresh. You are not rejecting her. You are respecting both her topic and your own limits. Step 2. Don't justify, argue, defend, explain. This is a powerful concept. Once you have calmly stated your boundary, you do not have to engage in a long, circular debate about it. You are not a lawyer in a courtroom. Your boundary is your reality. The action plan. After you state your boundary, "Sunday is my day to recharge alone," she might push back. "Why? That's selfish. You don't love me." Your job is not to argue or defend your need for rest. Your job is to calmly and lovingly hold your ground. You can validate her feeling. "I hear that you're disappointed." But you repeat the boundary. "And I still need that time to recharge so I can be a better partner for you the rest of the week." Step 3. Be genuinely willing to walk away. This is the ultimate source of your power. A boundary without a consequence is just a suggestion. This does not mean you threaten to leave over small disagreements. It means you have cultivated such a strong sense of self-worth and purpose that you know, deep down, that you would be okay without the relationship. It means you are willing to walk away from any situation that consistently and disrespectfully violates your core values. This willingness is not something you say. It is something you are. It is a quiet confidence that radiates from you. When a woman feels that you are with her out of genuine choice, not out of a desperate fear of being alone, her respect and attraction for you will skyrocket. Boundaries are not walls that you build to push people away. They are the fences you build to protect the beautiful garden of your own self-respect. And it is only within a well-tended garden that a healthy, loving relationship can actually grow. A woman will never be able to fully trust or respect a man who does not first trust and respect himself. And saying a calm, loving no is the ultimate act of self-respect. When you learn to set boundaries with quiet, confident strength, you stop being a boy who is afraid of losing her, and you become a man she is afraid to lose. What is one boundary you've been afraid to set in your life? Share it in the comments. And if you're ready to build your frame of self-respect, make sure you subscribe.